back when generics first came in the market, there was a study that was done to evaluate the market dynamics, specifically the economic dynamics of generic entry. And they found back then, this was back in the 80s, when the first generic came to market, it didn't adjust the prices all that much. But as soon as you added a second generic, giving a total of 3 products, then you really started to see some differences in the pricing. And so I think we're starting to see some of that same economic dynamic happen with biosimilars. That has certainly been the case in Europe, although clearly they work on a different kind of an economic system than in their healthcare than we do in the United States. But I think we're starting to see some of those effects of market pressure once we have products with more than one biosimilar available. I think there is this economic competition that was kind of the backbone of why biosimilars are so important. But I think it takes some time, and you have to have enough utilization also in order to make the economic gains noticeable enough. And so it takes people with a good long view, or an appropriately long view, to understand that this is really a good idea. So I think I'm not going to necessarily comment about what PBMs should include or exclude, because that is, of course, their business decisions. And there's a whole host of variables that go into each of those decisions, and they're well thought out. I think there are some opportunities for PBMs and health plans in general to take a really good look and a good forward-thinking look about what makes sense for patient care and product utilization when you have these alternatives available. And it's not always about the lowest number. It's the best value for your money. So I think there's a lot of nuances to that, but I think there are opportunities, especially as in the United States, the payer and the reimbursement picture is such a significant piece of the U.S. healthcare machine, as it were. I think it's really important. The notion of interchangeability has been kind of a point of confusion, and it's been a little bit of a mystery out there in the United States, because there hasn't been a need for any company to pursue interchangeability designation with the medical benefit products. But as we're getting into pharmacy benefit products, there is some incentive to do so. That, in addition to the FDA changing the designation of insulins to be regulated as biologics, hence biosimilars. So we have a follow-on biologic of insulin glargine that was approved several years ago. But since they were not considered a biosimilar, that's not been in the conversation as much. And so I think this really pulls it into the conversation, and I think it's a good opportunity to possibly increase the comfort of using different products that are deemed to be interchangeable. Again, this is only in the United States is this even a conversation that we're having, and so it adds some complexity. But I'm hopeful that now that we have an interchangeable product in the United States, that we'll all get to learn a little bit more about what that means for future patient access and patient care.